It's my favorite tournament of the year, the College Championship, and I'm excited to pick it apart here on the Final Wager. I've been waiting for this situation all season. Two players tied for the lead heading into final. Now, in a situation like this, both players have a choice. They can wager zero, or they can wager everything. There's no in between. The interesting thing here is that Sarah, the third place player, has more than half their total. So if she doubles up, she'll overtake them. So they're really forced to wager everything. Now, since this is a wildcard game, there's no real right or wrong wager. Just want to get to the point where you think you're safe with a wildcard. So the wagers might not be as interesting here as they might normally. Wait, what? Aw, damn it, judges. Apparently the judges reviewed the shot clock on one of James' responses and discovered that he hadn't answered in time. Alright, so not quite as interesting as I'd hoped, but still pretty interesting. Now there are two different ways you can wager here. If you really like the category, you can go big. If you don't really like the category, you can go small. Big for second and third means wagering everything. 9,200 is probably not going to get you a wildcard slot. 18-4, you're in pretty good shape. Whitney will just want to wager for double James' total and then win by $1. So her wager would need to be 84.01. Fairly straightforward. Now, if you don't like the category, you can wager smaller. And here's what I would do as each player. So we'll look at Sarah first. She doubles up. She's going to have 12,400. So that's going to be our baseline. If James wants to beat her, you need to wager at least 3,200. I would tack on the extra $1 just in case Whitney gets it wrong or doesn't wager enough to avoid a tiebreaker. Avoid tiebreakers at all costs. If Whitney wants to cover her as well, that's pretty simple. That's just 24.01. Now for Sarah, if Whitney gets that wrong with a $2,400 wager, she's going to be left with 7,600. 75.99, I should say. So for Sarah, I might wager 1,400. Now there are plenty of different ways you can take this. You can go multiple levels deep on what you think players might do, but this is really the bare minimum I would consider. James really liked the category. He went big. Whitney didn't like the category at all. Wagered 0. Sarah has 1,400 left. Hey, you never know. This is a really good game to watch between three solid competitors. Sarah entered Double Jeopardy in the red, but kept her head on her shoulders, fought back, and gave herself a good shot going into final. Now that's a scenario that would kill a lot of people. James did what he had to do with his wagering. Thought he knew a lot about islands, and it just didn't work out for him. But, as we've seen with Arthur Chu, aggression is the name of the game. Just the opposite with Whitney, though. She knew that she might not get it right, wagered appropriately, and she's rewarded with a semifinal berth. We'll see her next week, and we'll see you tomorrow for our second slate of quarterfinal matches on the Final Wager.